fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come. Oh no, I know fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come. Oh no, I know fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come. I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come shout, I know fi come.
Let's go. All the hits.
Entertainment, I believe, is expression of life. It's bring you into my world, what I love, what I feel when I dance, when I'm happy, when I'm sad. It's Celebrity Friday. Thank God it's Friday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Tokpe Mark Odige, and I'm not doing this alone as usual. I have my beautiful ladies with me. How are you doing?
We started with a dance. I thought December has entered into clean January, so we don't know how we want to, remove it. I'm doing well. I'm doing very fine. It's a beautiful day today, Friday. I mean, whether they wear it, the month is jumping. We used to think January will have like 50 days, but obviously it's even like 25 days like this because we're already in between. Today is 17th. It's a good day. It's a good day. We're here. We're alive. You understand?
That means not calculating the money in the bank. So when they say January is 50 days, it's the money. It's the money. That means you have money. I should be visiting. Hey! The bank is doing right now. The months have entered 60 days already. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm grateful to God. I'm looking forward to the long weekend. I'm hoping that, that I don't even have to work on Monday so that I can recover all the lost. The body get as they do me.
Get as they do me.
But just warm your hand a little bit. It will help with the cold. But they're giving us a sample of Canada right now.
Yes. So
Amaka has turtleneck.
Yes, so as you see me like this, I'm in Canada. Just forget that you see me now. Yes, so see me here. I'm both in Canada. Both in Canada.
Yes. So yeah, like you said, it's been a long week. Somehow I've not been sleeping for more than 5 hours. I've just been busy, and I really want to sleep. I'll turn off my phone and sleep till I wake up tomorrow. Anytime I wake up tomorrow, I wake up. Yes, and then like you said, 60 days in January. And I always advocate, anywhere you see food, eat. In your dream, I even eat in my dream. If I see food in my dream, the way I should drag it there, I eat it so that when I wake up to the January fasting period, we just continue. So eat, anywhere you see food, 2025.
Chop!
How are you, my darling?
You look very tired.
Yeah, I had to, and I haven't been on the show this week. I think this is my first day waking up before 7. I've been waking up like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Like I've just been trying to rest. I'm been having terrible migraine. I've just not been feeling my best self. I was saying I'll rest. As I saw that I'm coming on the show today and I'm still not feeling myself, I had to go to the hospital yesterday. From dentist, the dentist was, I have a swollen gum. Dentist was like, how are you being able to talk with this swollen gum? I said, he said, maybe that's why you're having a headache, because swollen gum is like you're having like a boil and it can affect anything. From that one, I went to like Nigeria, as you know, we always have malaria. So as in whichever way, health is wealth, and I started the show. I had to just do small dance so that I can lift my vibration. I can bring you energy, because this Friday is preceding a very loaded weekend for some and very light weekend for others. But when we'll take a break. Before we go on the break though, I want to say something. I've been doing devotionals on the phone. This year I just said, let me get Open Heavens from Redeem. I told one of my RCCG Open Heavens, and it's been really interesting. It's different, having to open a book and be reading. I'm like, this sometimes we're thinking studying from the phone is as powerful. It's not the same thing like when you're reading the actual book. It gives it more meaning, and then you can draw your line and say, this is the word God gave me now. Text,
So I prefer reading actual books
than reading on
my phone. Yes.
Anyway, we'll take a break. When we return, we'll go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. So we're starting off front page review today with The Nation, as usual. And the major headline is Governors back tax reform. The tax reform bill seek adjustments to the VAT. The Nigerian Governors Forum actually has said that they stand for equitable distribution of resources and the grey areas resolved, says Sule. Moving on to other news. Foreign fighters behind terror attack in northeast, says the department, the DHQ, the Defense Headquarters. EFCC to arraign Otudeko Onosoya over alleged 123 billion naira fraud. Failure to defend budget will attract zero allocation. National Assembly frowns at tardiness. Lokmobiri, market forces would always determine fuel prices. Government industry synergy is being sustained. The federal government has said that economic reforms on course despite Sanusi's doubt. Leaders should avoid partisan undertone. And U.S. honors for 6 Nigerians. Withdrawal from council polls unsettles Ondo. What story are we starting with?
Okay, so let me do the major headline. So we have a new development, a welcomed one. The Governors Forum yesterday, after sitting at a round table at the Transcorp in Abuja, decided to support. They said they are backing the continuous legislative activity happening around the tax reforms, and they have endorsed it. But they made some slight adjustments. One of which is, they proposed a stop to the increment of the VAT, and they revised the VAT sharing formula. So they said for equity they will distribute resources at 50%, for derivation 30%, and for population 20%. So based on that sharing formula, states will know what they are getting. As a state that is deriving certain things, you get 30% of the entire tax. For equality, 50%.
So they supported it with an amendment.
For those that have higher population, they get 20%. They amended it. They amended a lot of things. They also advocated that we continue to remove taxes from essential goods and agricultural produce. They also recommended that there should be the complete removal of the terminal clause that removes that stops TED fund, NASENI, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, the National Information Technology Development Agency, and all of those the clause should be put now to be removed. Sorry, and they also supported the continuous legislative activity happening around the tax reforms at the National Assembly. All governors were seated. The chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, the governor of Kwara State, headed and read out their communique at the end of the day. Governor of Nasarawa went on a TV station and also highlighted how this new arrangement favors the North. You know, the North was loud on this matter. So I want to congratulate the chairman, Presidential Tax Reforms Committee.
They are talking about the new arrangement favoring.
He talked about how nothing was not favoring that. You know, they were open to negotiations and they were open to more deliberations, and I like that it's showing.
Okay. So the Defense Headquarters yesterday attributed resurgence of terrorist attacks in the northwest and northeast to the influx of foreign fighters. The activities of the foreign fighters who serve as reinforcements for the terrorists are aided by local informants. This was said by Major General Edward Buba. Also, Borno State Governor Governor Zulum, who lamented the killings and violence, cautioned residents against collaborating with insurgents. They're saying that please, the fishing communities and the farming communities should stop giving informations of the troops to terrorists, because that's how they now know what's going on, where they are at every given time, to be able to fight them. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had 6 days ago ordered the probe of the January 6th terror attack in Borno State, which killed over 14 persons, including soldiers and citizens. Yes, citizens. He also said that. He also said that as per the theme for this year is "Day for we, day for you." I beg, day for them because they day for you.
That's great.
Day for we, day for you. So they said the military is saying, please, day for them, they day for you. He also said that
that's a good.
that's a good
slogan.
one. Yes, slogan. Yes. So he said that. Over the past week, that 159 terrorists were neutralized and 464 arrested for different crimes. He also said that troops nabbed 29 oil thieves and 29 oil thieves, yes, and also they rescued over 181 kidnapped victims. The UN also condemns this attack. Its humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria, Mohammed Fall, said the armed actors who perpetrated this attack must be identified and brought to account. But the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, said again and is calling for improved funding of the defense sector. He said that he made the appeal while defending the Ministry 2025 budget proposal before the Senate and House of Representative Committees on Defense in Abuja, where he described the ministry's current budget as insufficient given the modern security challenges faced by the nation. He said that with the right equipment, we can significantly resolve the battle against terrorism. So please, let's help the military. And they can help us and protect us.
For me,
I'm there for you.
Yes,
because that's
if
what
you are
they
there
want.
for them, they are there for you. I have the one of food shortage.
Your brain are DJ brain.
I have the one of food shortage in Nigeria, and this Nigerian-born founder of the Canadian Black Farmers Association, Tony Ajayi, has attributed the food shortage in the country to excessive exportation, poor attitude to local farming, and insecurity, amongst others. In a statement, Ajayi said the continuous demand for Nigerian variety of food amongst the nation's citizens in diaspora has led to the exportation of the large chunk of food produced by farmers. He also noted that the new development had led to the hike in the prices of the limited available food in the country. He also mentioned that he urged the federal government to adopt the Canadian system of incentive farming and address the problem. The Ekiti-born farmer also said that apart from giving incentives to farmers, insecurity should be adequately addressed to boost food production. He also promised to create jobs in Ekiti for the youth in quest to assist the government in combating food security in the country. So,
as a frustrated farmer myself, as a frustrated farmer myself, I am also in that space where I feel anybody farming should actually be given incentives. In the least, seedlings, the level of theft that takes place within Nigerian farms and the level of food wastage that happens is huge. So, it's many farmers have stopped farming because of insecurity and because of the cost of seedlings. So whatever incentives can be given would boost food production.
Don't stop. That your sweet corn was sweet.
My darling, what they want to steal from me, it pass with how they make in the money. Alleged, there was an allegation that there is a 12.3 billion fraud that EFCC is now going to be arraigning. So Nima will take that story later. Let's move on to the Punch, major headline from the Punch. Dangote refinery projects 650 barrels per day come June. They also plan to import crude. Facility now producing 500,000 barrels per day as officials look beyond Nigeria to meet demand for product. You can't miss a picture of state governors and stakeholders during the consultative session with the Presidential Committee on Tax Reforms in Abuja that took place yesterday. Nima already took the details of the story. Fubara Wike camps clash as police occupy Rivers PDP Secretariat. Ogungard arrested for alleged defilement of a 6-year-old. INEC deletes 7,746 dead persons from voter registration. And the story, 12.3 billion fraud. EFCC to arraign Otudeko, ex-First Bank MD, on Monday. We've taken the story about the terror attack being from foreigners, and the governor's new VAT sharing formula has also been taken. However, Pengasem projects petrol price hike as crude cost rises. What story are we taking before we... Oh, we can't take any story. We'll take a break. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll continue with the front page review. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News at 10 are not like any other news broadcast.
It's the big news hour, the hour for the big breaking stories.
We've got some of the best reporters on the field,
taking you through as it happens.
It's fast-paced, hard-hitting,
with investigations that matter.
bringing in news that affects your life.
With sport, entertainment,
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we'll be starting the punch.
Yeah, I have the Oba Otudeko story. So the EFCC will be arraigning the former chairman, First Bank Holdings, that's Chief Oba Otudeko, and he's also the chairman of Honeywell Group, Also, the former First Bank MD will be arraigned along with him, Stephen Onosoya, and they attached another company to it, the Anchorage Leisure Limited, and the EFCC will be arraigning them on Thursday, January 20th, for financial crimes. According to the EFCC, the 4 defendants allegedly defrauded the First Bank of about 12.3 billion. But in the breakdown, they had much more than that. They said it was in tranches of 5.2 billion, 6.2 billion, 6.1 billion, 1.5 billion, and 500 million between 2013 and 2014 in Lagos. They said that these parties had framed, forged, as well as arranged, knowing that this was false, setting payments from the First Bank to different companies. They said let me do the breakdown. In the fourth count, they accused them of conspiring to spend 6.15 billion out of funds. They also accused them of pretense that the said sum was representing credit facilities applied for and disbursed to Stallion Nigerian Group. They also gathered this kind of money and facilities that they applied for between them for different companies, the VTech Dynamics Limited, the Stallion Nigeria Limited, and several other limiteds, which are broken down in this, and they will be arraigned for this entire amount of money. I'm just paid because I have deep respect for Chief Obaotudeko as Honeywell chairman, and I'm surprised that this can be tainting. I hope he comes out acquitted, but I think just being accused of it taints.
There's a lot of accusation that happened. Doesn't necessarily mean it is.
No.
Yeah, the federal government debunks the Third Mainland Bridge damage rumor, and the federal government has debunked the rumor that the Third Mainland Bridge is shaking, describing it as baseless and driven by ulterior motives. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that the message on social media platforms such as WhatsApp and Facebook claimed a part of the Third Mainland Bridge had opened up and the bridge was shaking. The Federal Controller of Works in Lagos State, Olu Korode Kesha, said on Thursday that the message were false and should be disregarded. She spoke while touring the bridge with journalists. The Honorable Minister has directed that I come out to tell Lagosians and Nigerians that there is nothing wrong with the bridge. The rumor is the handbook of mischief columnists, those who are idle and those who think that the political atmosphere is too quiet for them. That is why we have come here. I took my time and I took journalists around to go through the length of through the entire length of the 11-kilometer bridge. We drove around this bridge. We came back and we saw nothing. So they are debunking that we are using this opportunity to tell the motoring public, Lagosians and Nigerians, that the bridge is safe. The integrity is not.
Can we now sue? Can we sue the people?
Where the news came from?
They should.
Because they just fixed the bridge
that bridge since we moved here back to Ikeja every day, and I have not seen.
Nothing is shaking. Anyways, I have the Ogun State Police Command on Thursday said its operatives have arrested a 14-year-old pervert, 14-year-old man. He's a private security man who allegedly defiled a 6-year-old inside the building in the Federal University of Agriculture. He's a 44-year-old pervert, 44-year-old security guy. That defiled a 6-year-old inside the building in the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. So the mother, who has a shop inside the campus, went and reported to the incident to the police because she had said that she went to, but somehow, as it was defiling the child, if another female, someone that was passing, a student, saw what was going on and then stopped, the act. The woman had said that she left her daughter in the shop, and then her younger brother in charge of her daughter and the shop, and went to the market. Then as they were there, that the brother called her, as she was in the market, brother called her and said that her daughter ran into the shop frightened, and he asked what's the problem. She now told him that the security personnel took her to his workshop in another building and put his manhood inside of her. So the police, they are investigating the matter.
I'm happy that there will be. I'm happy that the man
the lady was able to
could express
because usually when it doesn't get expressed, the perpetrator continues to do the same evil act to other people. I wanted to quickly take the story of INEC deleting 7,746 deceased people from the voters register, and they said they've been having issues with this thing because they don't have people die and the record isn't synchronized. But now they've been able to take out 7,746 deceased people from the voter register, and they have 12,298,944 new registrants into this process. People, there's a case I even need help in Nima on this death person dying matter, because when people die and you don't have anybody that can properly follow through with the case, it's a major crisis. Moving on to the Daily Sun, we need to just take one story as we rush fast. Governors Forum has endorsed the revised VAT sharing formula. We've taken that story. $52.88 million repatriated assets. Tuga engages U.S. Secretary of State over bilateral operation orders. Federal government replies Sanusi tells Emir to keep support to himself. Budget defense, lawmakers fight over IGP. The police boss says Tinubu has approved recruitment of 10,000 to 30,000 officers. Lokobiri assures Nigerians on fuel availability and quality control. EFCC to arraign Otudeko, we've taken that story, and the defense headquarters also, we've taken that story. Which are we taking here?
Let me just take the repatriated assets. So this is just PR from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. According to the report, the Ministry of Foreign, spokesperson of the ministry, Kimi Ebi Imomoti Timi Eben, if I'm sure she's Ijo, said that the minister Tugo had a phone conversation. Sorry, let me call his full name. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Maitama Tugar, had engaged the United States Deputy Secretary of State, Kurt Campbell, on bilateral cooperation, commending the U.S. for the repatriation of the money, which was proceeds of a luxury real estate and the Galactica Star super yacht that was belonging to our former Minister of Petroleum. He commended that. He encouraged that we involve technology in dealing with to transform our digital assets into mutual beneficial venture. And that was what basically the phone call was about. It was a phone call after this money had been brought. I was hoping that there was more, because I feel that, the U.S. having to dispose of those assets on our behalf and then just giving us the cash and then giving us terms might not totally be fair for us. This money, this property had been in their hands, the proceeds has been in their hands. I feel that there will still be some form of benefit, corruption-wise, to the people who buy them. I feel it might be down. It might have been down, undervalued.
All right. So
those who are stealing property abroad.
There are two crude oil fuel-related stories. So one is the fact that OPEC has said that Nigeria oil production has dropped, and I think it's important for Nigerians to know, because we have this false assumption that there's a lot of money coming in. However, somehow, based on the people, some people, powerful people within Nigeria, we are unable to meet our quota for production. It even dropped lower than expected in December, which of course would impact on the revenue that we can make from oil. But aside from that, the minister said that there will be availability of products.
At least.
We cannot control price. That is to say, price can go up and go down based on.
There will be products.
But there will be products. Availability will be around. People are also jostling to get. Dangote has created incentives for those that are buying in bulk the petrol from him. So they say people are jostling to get that product to be available. Price might fluctuate, but there will be products. Moving on to Nigeria.
Look for the price that pays us.
We'll find the filling station. That's the beauty of the regulation. Let's move on to Nigerian Tribune, or is it Vanguard we should take? Let me do Vanguard. I can see more people want to have stories in Vanguard. Major headline, the tax bill. We've taken that story already about the fact that the governors offer a new formula for sharing VAT proceeds. But the federal government to Emir Sanusi, we don't need your approval for Tinubu's laudable policies. And rowdy session in National Assembly as IGP presents 2025 budget. So those two stories, who has...
Okay, I have the rowdy session, and I think it was totally avoidable. So yesterday, the IGP of the Inspector General of Police, Egbetoko, was presenting the budget, defending the budget before the committee on police, and he was reading from a document which the Deputy Chief of the Senate, Senator Peter Wanyeboyi, was saying that, you know, what I have before me is different. This was even raised by another senator representing the Pashkin Kanem Kanke Federal Constituency. And when that was called for, I think that the chairman of that committee should have stepped things down and compared the document and given the right document. But he insisted that the IGP should complete or summarize what he was saying. And the senators were saying he's reading from a different document. And I saw the session, the video, and I also read today. It was totally avoidable. You should have stepped things down, confirm the document, ensure that the right document, and then you proceed. It's
just about
organization. But then it became a shouty session because one person just wanted to get away. If you're not qualified as a chairperson to lead you, some things are just simple. It was a simple matter, but the senator was then provoked to stage a walkout, after which he later came back into...
Yes.
But he was calling for the right thing. The IGP can present something different.
So the Senate Committee on Court... the federal government yesterday told the Emir of Kano, His Highness Mohammed Sanusi Lamido, that it does not need his stamp of approval over what it described as laudable policies of the government. The government also told the Emir, who was the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, to rise above personal interest and partisan undertones and prioritize the greater good of Nigerians. This is as a response to what the Emir said at the 21st memorial lecture of Chief Gani Faremi in Lagos, where he had said that he would not offer any advice to this administration or to the president because on how to tackle economic challenges facing the country. But then they are saying that, first of all, that they acknowledge that he has his right to express himself and his opinion, either in form or commendation or criticism on how the government is being run. But however, they find it amusing that a leader, more so one from an institution that ennobles forthrightness, fairness, and justice will publicly admit to shutting off saying the truth because of personal interest or imaginary antagonisms. So, yes, whichever
Nigeria will move forward.
Anyhow, I'm seeing love with
we'll be all right.
Yes, I do have pressure. I'm partial.
Just to wrap up this one, they are just telling us that in Benue, the butchers are resorting to roasting cows and goats with tires. And medical experts are saying that it is harmful. It is harmful for the butchers and it is harmful for the buyers. Because butchers said that it comes cheap and it makes their work easy. But if it makes your work easy, does it also make it easy for you? You are going.
So I think that was a very good story to highlight. People should be aware. Roasting your cattle or your butcher shouldn't roast their meat with tires. It is poisonous for us and for the environment. That's what we can take on Front Page Review for today. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we go through our stories for today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Now you can catch up with your favorite
Bringing in news that affects your life.
Sports, entertainment, and business news, so you don't miss a thing.
Experience resourceful coverage with depth.
Ever. There is always more.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. A popular vendor on Instagram posted something on a timeline and we thought it was worth discussing. She said that she remembered the story of her friend who passed away in December 2023. Guess what? The husband got married last month, December 2024, for a woman that has sacrificed 20 years of her life and gave 4 kids to this man between the age of 9 and 20. 1 year, according to her, is too soon to remarry. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this, so join the conversation by calling us on 090-241. #63440, or you could tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC. Of course, I have some of my ladies on the YouTube. So if you drop a comment on YouTube, we would also read it as well. So here, we listen, we don't judge. So don't judge us. We just want to give our opinion because this particular this friend came out feeling sad about the wife, or he doesn't love the former wife, or what do you think? Because in most cases the opposite is the case for women. Women will stay 20 years and many women will never marry after they've lost the love of their life, their first LOML.
Is it the love of your life that you wanted to pass before, that you have been praying that you should pass? Women don't stay on that again. I think that things are rapidly changing, and I think religious wise or traditional wise, there's no clause for when. I just think that morally is what we all hinge on. Oh, this is the moral thing to do because she has spent 20 years of her life with you, because she has spent 30 years of her life with you. I mean, I just went to Google now because I know my mom is a pastor, and I know that we've thought about this thing, marriage and remarriage.
From one person to the other is an individual decision and stuff. But then let's take it back to culture. Traditionally, I would always speak from an Igbo girl perspective, where after the mourning period, I know culturally back in the day, when a woman loses her husband, and after the mourning period, she's now then given to her husband's brother. After the mourning period, she's now then given to her husband's brothers, one of them, to continue the marriage. Do you understand? At that point, do they say, "Oh no, because you should have mourned, he just died. You do not love him," or no? Those matter. They're more focused on continuity, or the children, on emotional. Those marriages are not meant to be consummated, right? No, nobody says so. No. There are no rules and regulations to it. It's marriage, and and you decide. Yes, yeah. And then emotional stability, continuity for the kids, and a security that they feel that a man also gives to the woman within the home system. And this is us as Igbo people, and over time that culture had, they now say, okay, now you can't force the woman. That the woman now has to decide what she wants to do. And then look at it too, like from the angle, like you said, fornication, committing sin, and they are your children. You are not marrying a fool. They are your children. You are not marrying a full-grown human being to help you take care of your children. Full-grown human being to help you take care of your children. And any woman that is submitting, and any woman that is submitting herself and her life to help herself and her life to help a man raise children, you should look at yourself again and wonder, so my life is to come and help this man to raise his children? We need to understand. When we moved to the island last week, I had to stay in my in-laws' place, and somebody was asking me, so who is taking care of your children? I said, who is taking care of my children?
They are our children. I have a husband who also is the father of those children. I have a husband who also is the father of those children. Why are you asking me, a woman who is taking care of my children when I'm not around? What is asking me, a woman who is taking care of my children when I'm not around? What is the man who is the father doing? As foundational as it is, once we get it right that husbands and wives are fathers and mothers and both are responsible, it won't be once one person die you will say you cannot handle again. How would you look at a woman once one person die you will say you cannot handle again? How would you look at a woman who come up and say I need help to take care of these children, so I have remarried after 6 months? They will call that woman names. And that people do. We cannot deny it. They do. But if a man does it, they will understand that somebody.
Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all. Our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show. that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work. And now, the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to.
I don't want you to just stay in a hole and you come move on with your life. I want you to meet somebody. I think, and I'm that kind of person. I want you to be happy regardless of what. and I'm that kind of person. I want you to be happy regardless of whatever it is that we share. If God forbid something. Sick or something happens, they will tell their spouse that please promise me that you will marry, that you will move on. I don't want you to just stay in a hole.
Spouse dies, and we see it a lot, and that's why we are clamoring. Oh, they treat widows bad. There are so many widows that are bawling, as in they are on a 2-4 steady. Their death in December is starting from January throughout the year, because they have worked, they have mastered responsibility. There are a lot of women because they have worked, they have mastered responsibility. There are a lot of women in marriages that pay school fees before their husband refunds or reimburses them. So you want to tell me that if that kind of a woman loses her spouse one way or the other, she will just go back to the drawing table and replan if she wants in her mind. Because one reason most women don't remarry early is because of the children. So that somebody is not taking attention, somebody is not needing attention, somebody is not saying, oh, but your husband, your children, this and that. So sometimes, even while your partner is alive, learn to take some responsibility. Learn to step into some shoes. Learn to buy petrol that your partner has been buying for 6 years. Buy it like few months. Know how it is. Pay NEPA bill. Do things on your own that even your partner will be sure. There are some men that know that they are married to women that if they pass, they know life will continue for them good and their children will not suffer. But some men have started seeing it that that cannot buy Maggie 5 naira. If I die, I must suffer.
So that's on the financial responsibility side of the children. I would like to talk on the psychological side of the children. We'll take a. Mercy has called in. Let me take Mercy before I give my opinion on this matter. Welcome to the show, Mercy. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Mercy, are you there? Awesome. Yes. Welcome to the show. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very happy to see this matter on television. It's a straight matter. Any man found marrying after 1 year that the wife died, or within 1 year, already knows the woman is married. Either is his side chick, or his housemaid, or his girlfriend somewhere that nobody.
Yes, been checking the game.
Yes, because some of them, you see them around their sales girls and some other people, and you'll be thinking they are friends and all that. You don't know they are warming up, because some ladies warm up to come into your home, unknown to you. So once they find out that the wife of that man dies, that the next thing you find out that she'll be the first one that will come to that house and be making tea, pap, and all that for the man to date. And people will be thinking she's helping. She's helping nobody. She's warming up. She's warming up.
Thank you so much, Mercy.
I'm talking.
Okay. So, I was talking about the emotional health of the children. The average, I know that there are, Nima has given example a few times of meeting someone and getting married. But even you 1 year before you marry. You people meet and then in 6 months you get married because you know what you are doing. You do 1 year, you get married. But when you are a father or you are a mother, and this isn't gender, I'm not saying, even if I don't believe that remarrying is a problem. It's not a crime to remarry. I just